all these tricks that have been used. And now the CBDC is just another chapter and just trying to extend the life of the dollar.
And there's a quick snippet you have from Max Keiser. We'll get to that before this video is out, so make sure you watch this one to the end. I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. If you guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. Before we get started, make sure you check us out at bitcoinbros101.com. We have 2 ebooks that can help you get started with your cryptocurrency journey. First one, Getting Started with Bitcoin and Crypto Ultimate Beginner's Guide, and also Technical Analysis 101. You can get the instant ebook download right here, but we're also on Amazon. If you want to get the paperback or hardback book, you can have those options on Amazon as well. And also, you can check this out right here under Learning Ebooks, and we also have crash courses for you if that interests you as well. Getting straight into it, our first update from Rickus. 2017 cycle roughly took 178 weeks to make new highs. Following the same time frame will take us up to next week of the 9th. Posted this on the 4th. So this was about a week ago. April 2023 and October 2023 structure roughly took 28 weeks to make new highs. Following the same time frame it took us to the week of the 23rd of September. So let's look at what he's talking about here on the charts. We see from the 2013 run up, we had the bear market, and then it took 178 weeks. After we broke this previous peak, we flipped this resistance to support and then had that continuation to the upside. Well, look where we are right now, 178 weeks. We already touched it once, had a rejection with a second time, breakthrough, flip resistance to support, and then have a continuation to the upside. You be the judge. And then check this out from Crypto.com. This is also an older chart, but this could show you where and when the cycle peak is. Look at these sinusoidal waves down here. These sine waves are the clearest waves to show the halving cycles in Bitcoin. And every single time we have a peak in the sinusoidal wave and come back down and hit this midline, that's the top. That's the cycle top in every single previous cycle. So this next cycle top, if this stays consistent, will be around November 28th of 2025. If we zoom up here to see how high this box goes, now there's no guarantee that this is going to be the peak, but what he's calling for, it looks like roughly around $120,000 to $140,000. So keep this in mind. Our next update here, this is MicroStrategy's Bitcoin Strategic Treasury Reserve Holdings. In every quarter, MicroStrategy has bought Bitcoin. We have not heard an announcement yet, but Michael Saylor did mention a $2 billion funding raise to buy more Bitcoin. So will that get announced before the end of this month? More Bitcoin on MicroStrategy's books? Time will definitely tell. This is the bigger thing to pay attention to. You have publicly listed companies on the right side and their Bitcoin balance sheets, and you have Bitcoin miners on the left side and their Bitcoin balance sheets. Why is this important to pay attention to? Because as you see, what's the outlier? On the left side, it's Mara by 2.5 times higher than Riot Platforms. Look at MicroStrategy. With another acquisition of Bitcoin, they could have 10 times the amount of Mara. So what does this mean for MicroStrategy? Is it going to be too big to fail? Most likely, unless Bitcoin goes to zero. But MicroStrategy could start to get some acquisitions. Probably not of Tesla and probably not of Coinbase or Square, but MicroStrategy easily could acquire Mara. It could acquire a lot of these top mining companies. So will those acquisitions be had? Time will definitely tell. Rex Capital's weighing in. Bitcoin tends to break down from its post-halving reaccumulation range 150 to 160 days after the halving. What's the big call out in this chart? So you see the halving years. You got 2016, 2020, and 2024. We haven't seen the Bitcoin price action for Q4 yet. Current time, we're right around almost 8% down on the month. But look at 2016 halving year, Q4, green, green, green. 2020 halving year, Q4, green, green, green. So are we going to get some more green, green, green the next 90 days? Is that what's going to be happening once October, Uptember, and Upsember starts? Now, one thing to note, look at the year prior, 2023. Green, green, green for Q4 as well. If you go back to 2020, that wasn't the same for 2019. It was green, red, red. So 2016, the year before 2015, Q4 is green, green, green. So this is why we could be mimicking that 2016, 2017 bull run cycle from 2024 to 2025. If that's the case, Bitcoin went from hundreds of dollars up to 20,000, a massive run up. And if that comes now, we're definitely going to see a six-figure Bitcoin price around the corner. Will 200,000, 300,000 be the peak? Once again, time will tell. Max Keiser, the latest from him. He's weighing in on the current markets and Bitcoin and what's going on in the space. Without further ado, let's hear more from Max.
The fact that interest rates have been going down for 40 years, that the world reserve currency gives the U.S. enormous leverage all over the world to dictate financial policy, to, again, extend, pretend to get the U.S. has the dollar. You know, all these tricks that have been used. And now the CBDC is just another chapter and is trying to extend the life of the dollar. But I think that it's the end game. You know, it's the end game. And once you have that global awakening that, you know what, the dollar is actually the bolivar. It has the same value as the Venezuelan bolivar. Why do we own it? Why are we buying the debt? Why is Japan going to keep buying this debt? Why is China going to keep buying this debt? We created the BRICS. We have the BRICS. We have our own currency soon. We don't trade in the dollar that much. We simply walk away from the dollar. And that kind of consciousness can be sudden, and it can happen very, very quickly. So suddenly the dollar has no bid. The U.S. has to buy its own, has to monetize its own debt in numbers that are historically unprecedented. They won't call quantitative easing anymore, which is just a fancy name for debt monetization of your own money. They'll just have to come right out and say, we got to print 100 trillion or more to buy our own debt. And then, of course, the inflation goes completely bonkers and the society collapses. And this is the game that they're playing. They are literally playing the game of chicken with the indisputable fact that the rate of money printing and debt accumulation happening right now will inexorably lead to debt spiral and death, fiat money death. There's no question about this. This is the game that they're playing. At that point, you have gold suddenly goes from whatever price it's at to it jumps 50%. You know, let's say gold at that point's 3,000, 4,000 an ounce. Gold immediately goes to 7,000 or 8,000 or 9,000 an ounce. Bitcoin immediately goes from, let's say, 85, 90,000 or 110,000 per coin. It immediately goes to 300,000, 350,000 overnight.
And there you have it from Max Keiser on the latest from Bitcoin. He's saying as soon as this certain event happens, he's seeing $300,000 to $350,000 per Bitcoin. We've hoped you packed your bags because that could be happening sooner rather than later. With that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like all this content? We're going to keep pushing it out to you every single day, but we need you to smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.